Good morning, little farmers. I hope you guys are doing great. We're really excited to be here again with you today to talk to you about apples and give you a fun little apple experiment that you can do at home. I'm pretty positive, parents, you have all the ingredients you need for this experiment. I'm here today with my daughter, Hattie. Hattie, can you say hi to everybody? Hi, She loves being a part of these videos, and I'm just showing you kids kind of what fun we have here on the farm. So I'm going to start off by showing you a little bit, an up-close look at what's going on here in our apple orchard. Now, we'll be picking apples like into the beginning of October, and right now I am standing in our Pink Lady section of our apples. And if you look kind of down the row, you'll see we have lots of Pink Lady apples on these trees. Now, that's partially because they're not quite ready yet. They're not ripe. We have loads of varieties of apples here on our farm. Some of them are ready now. But if there is a specific type of apple that you really like Pink Ladies, make sure you keep up with our Facebook and email so you can know what we're picking. Now, these Pink Lady apples, they'll be ripe just around the beginning of October. And if you want to come up a little closer, you can see that they're kind of all different shades of pink and green and red right now. So we're waiting until all of them are pretty much that nice pinky color, and that's when we know that they're ready. Now, I wanted to show you something really cool that I think is kind of a fun fact about apples that you might not know. So right here, we like to call this maybe the butt of the apple or the bum of the apple, and that is actually what's left of the apple blossom. So next time you look at that and you're like, what's that funny part of the apple? You can say, oh, that's part of the flower. Now, our apple trees, they blossom in the spring, and those blossoms are beautiful. And then what happens is the blossoms fall off, or the parts of the flower falls off, and then the apple grows out of that blossom. So look, all of these apples have these little crinkly pieces right at the bottom, and that's what's left of the apple flower. Now, our apple trees here on the farm are grown in a special way, and that's called the tall spindle method. And that's because we want a lot of fruit, and we want the trees close together so that kids of all ages can have the experience of picking an apple, even ones that are really low down. So sometimes you might think of an apple tree as one that's really big and maybe you have to use a ladder to climb it. But here on our farm, you don't have to do that because of the way that Farmer Johnson chooses to grow his apples. Now, these apple trees, I have a tractor going by, so we're gonna pause for a minute, wave to the tractor. Hi, everybody. These apple trees here are about 6 years old. Now, it takes apple trees 6 years till they're producing enough fruit to be picked. So farmers have to take care of an apple tree for about 5 to 6 years before they really get any fruit that they can sell or have people come and pick. And that's a big commitment. So Farmer Johnson had to make sure that this apple tree was watered and pruned and taken care of for a very long time before he can invite you guys out here to pick on these trees. So we love our apples here on the farm. We take very good care of them, and we're excited to have you come out and pick apples here with us someday soon. Now, I wanted to show you a fun experiment that we like to do at home, and we do this at our little farmers class. Hopefully we'll be reopening that soon within the next year. But Hattie, where's my little experimenter? Oh, here she is. I need your help. Can you help me with this one? We call this one sink or float. Now, Hattie, do you think apples sink or float in the water?
Float.
You think they float, and why do you think they float?
Because they have a lot of air.
Because they have a lot of air in them. Boys and girls, you might have maybe done bobbing for apples before, and that's because apples float. So you can bob for them because they have lots of air in them. They are made up of 25% air. That's a lot of air. Now, what I have here is some more produce from our kitchen. And parents, this can kind of be a double activity of kind of guessing, making hypotheses and guessing, do you think it's going to sink or float? But it's also helping you because you can clean all your produce off. So Hattie, let's pick something else. Let's do a potato. Okay, hold that potato. Do you think that potato is going to sink or float? What happened?
Sink.
It sunk. Do you think that potato has a lot of air or not a lot of air in it?
It's a hard time.
It doesn't have a lot of air in it. It's very dense, so that's why it sunk. Now we're going to do an avocado. Let's try that. Oh, big splash. Oh, the avocado's floating. That's interesting. Should we try an onion?
Yeah.
Okay, try the onion. Oh, big plop. Man, we got a lot of floaters today. Let's try a sweet potato.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. There, that one sunk too, so that was very dense also. So we got our apples floating, our onions floating.
Mommy got me all wet.
And Hattie got a little wet in the process, but that's okay. Now, what we do now usually is I give Hattie a little scooper and she starts to scoop. And she scoops them out. Maybe she transfers them to another bowl or dries them off. It's just a really fun thing to do, and it starts the conversation with kids of all ages about the differences in fruits and vegetables, about density and everything like that. So there's just so many options here, depending on how old your child is, different things you can do with it. So she's gonna splash away over there, and I wanted to show you one more fun fact that I just think is crazy. Now, boys and girls, how many of you like apple cider? I'm hearing you. I'm not really hearing you, but we love apple cider all year round, but especially this time of the year. Apple cider, our apple cider comes from a farm called Terhunes. We love them. Check them out. It's local. But anyway, apple cider is made with all different parts of an apple. And I want you to guess right now, how many apples do you think goes into one half gallon of apple cider like this? I'm going to give you 1 second to tell your moms and dads how many you think. Uh-oh, Hattie has a little sticker burr. There we go. All right, drum roll, ready? There are 20 apples in 1/2 gallon of apple cider. That is a lot of apples. That is a labor of love by a farmer near you that has taken care of their apples and then made it into delicious apple cider for you. So next time you take a drink of it, I just want you to thank a farmer, all right? Okay, kids, I hope you had fun today, learned a little something. There's so much we could teach you about apples that we are most likely going to do another lesson about apples in the next couple weeks. So I hope you have a great day today. Please share our video and we'll see you next week. All right.